G'day, Brandon. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Tony. Thanks for having me here today. Excited to talk about some video marketing.
Yeah. I wanted to get you in an interview. Maybe people don't know who you are, but you're actually famous for having a video, I think, on page one for how to rank a video.
Yeah, I guess nothing really positions you as more of an authority on something than getting ranked for that, I guess. But it's been there for a while, and just to be in all fairness, I haven't really touched that video in a couple of years, so.
Right.
But it's still interesting. Yeah, and not only is it page one, but it's a big, huge thumbnail, which is pretty cool. There's thumbnails that take up half the first page. So
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how I sort of came across you. I think it was with Local Video Academy. Uh,
yeah,
and I watched you and James, and I thought, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Then I watched a few of your videos, but I think I actually came across you even before that. And I saw some of your earlier videos, and that's what made me make the decision to join Local Video Academy.
right. Yeah. I mean, most people probably don't know who I am unless they've done that search, like how to rank a video or other video marketing related terms. But I kind of got my start with the local side of everything. And then, James and I connected a while ago, and he was looking for someone that did local video marketing, and I was looking just to establish a connection or friendship, and we just came together and created that. But most people probably know me from Local Video Academy because we've done a couple big launches with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually where most people know me from.
Awesome. Well, I know that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's a lot of aspects to video marketing, and there's the whole video production side of things, and then there's also, well, okay, now that you've got this video, and even if you've got a video on a channel, well then what? And I'm probably more good on the other side where, I'm looking at, well, how do I rank this video? How do I get it found? That type of thing. But I know that you're also good at actual video production, and I want to kind of help increase the standard, like lift the standard of videos, because there are a lot of spammy videos out there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to sort of have a chat to you about that, see what advice you could give guys that don't necessarily have the skill to do camera work, and also where you see kind of video marketing going in 2016. What are we moving into? What's some of your predictions?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start with my predictions of 2016 first, because part of my prediction is focused a lot on the production side of it. So I think one of the biggest shifts that we'll see is a lot more paid advertising starting to happen. And it's actually a shift we're making in our business, even on the local side, where we're not getting rid of SEO at all by any means with video. And I think it's still an extremely powerful thing. But when you're working with clients and you're charging them for 2 to 3 months, when there's no ranking, it gets a little difficult. So what we've been doing, since paid advertising is really powerful and it is so cheap right now, especially with YouTube and Facebook, like battling it out, we actually are transitioning to start with paid advertising to give our clients a very quick win. Like, you do a video, you get it up there, they start seeing some results. And then what we do is we use SEO as an upsell to like double the amount of monthly revenue we're making off of them. And so that's kind of the transition, because it's been one of the things, and like we've made a lot of money selling just video SEO, but I really want to take advantage of paid advertising and the battle that YouTube and Facebook are having right now, because I think they're going to just favor video ads so much. And so that, I think 2016 and even 2017, you're just going to see a lot more video ads being put out there. The other part of it is it's scalable too. Sometimes with local clients, you're limited to the amount of keywords that you can go for and how many searches are being done. And once you do that, you're kind of tapped out. And it's like, what else do you offer them? And with paid advertising, it is scalable, and it's pretty measurable, where you can put in like $2 and see $10 come out on the end. And it's a lot more measurable than video SEO. So we're actually combining the two moving forward. And I think when it comes to ranking, one of the things we'll see a lot more is not, like, I still think backlinking and all that stuff will always hold weight. And I think like social shares and stuff like that. But I think activity and how people respond to videos and how they find videos is going to start to change and start altering the rankings. So I think that if in the past you could have gotten away with maybe a video that didn't have very good audience retention rate, or a whiteboard video, or a video you got on Fiverr, like you could probably still got it ranked, or pretty easily got it ranked about 2 years ago. I think moving forward, they're really going to start monitoring, like, how did someone find this video? Did the person then watch it all the way through? Did they comment on it? Did they like it? And there's gonna be a lot more metrics around the engagement with the video as far as ranking. And not only the ranking, but the related videos field. And so I was actually blown away. I did a talk, I don't know, back in last summer, and I was going through my analytics, and I started realizing YouTube search has always been like the #1 traffic source to my channel. And then I started realizing that this thing started creeping up, and it was the suggested videos field. And over the last 6 months, between me and my clients, the second most popular place for us to get traffic on YouTube has actually been in the related video field. And I think if you start creating videos that prove your video is the best video on a certain topic, they're going to position it to get it the most exposure, because that's all YouTube wants. You know, they want the best and highest quality videos. And if you prove, like, I'm doing a video on video marketing, and they determine through their metrics that this video is the best video on video marketing, they're going to put that video everywhere they can and get the most exposure on it. So when people are trying to find information on video marketing, they're like, this is the best video. We need to make sure people see it. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest changes moving forward is you may not be able to get away with like whiteboard videos and PLR videos and that stuff. You're going to have to spend the time to make a very good video on a certain topic. And that's going to be a very big ranking factor, more so than it is already, and just a traffic factor as well. Does that kind of make sense? Did I explain that okay?
Oh, mate, that was perfect. And I totally agree with you. I've been actually saying to, well, they're kind of like my client, but they're like my partner in Russia. They do all the selling. And I've been saying to them, look, I think it's a mistake if we just focus on a video being on page 1. We should be selling a video promotion strategy where it includes maybe a video on page 1, maybe not. But but we're also doing some advertising on Facebook. We're also doing video ads. We're also doing, like in Russia, we've got like VK, which is like kind of like the Russian version of Facebook, and you can buy advertising on that. And so now we're actually promoting this video. And I think some of these platforms, they're kind of like fishing ponds. You know, like if you're going fishing, you got to go where the fish are. So you look at where the fish are, and that's where you should be putting your videos.
Right. Well, I agree 100%, because, and I like the fishing pond analogy, because I use that a lot too, where paid advertising and video SEO, they in my opinion, kind of need to go hand in hand. And you really have to look at the different types of people that are coming from those two traffic sources, where some people are all like, paid advertising and only do paid advertising. You need to do only paid advertising. And I'm like, well, video SEO still holds its weight, because the people coming from video SEO, they have a problem. They have a need in their life. They're trying to find information. That's an extremely high intent search being done. And that, to you, that's a big, huge red flag. You know what? This person has a problem. This is exactly what they want. Those people convert 10 times higher than paid traffic, because to me, paid traffic is, even though you can figure out like how to target people, you're still almost kind of fishing, throwing it out there to a big group of people and hoping you hit a pain point or interest them in some way or hit some kind of emotion, and then bringing them in. And then you still have to lure them down a sales funnel. Whereas with video SEO, it's such a high intent type of topic or way to get someone to your video that those people convert way easier than paid traffic. So I think they really do go kind of hand in hand.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Man, that's such good information. Very good advice. Do you have any suggestions on where you see client getting going in 2016? Like, of all the different methods of how to get clients, where do you see might be some future, methods, like to successfully actually get a client interested in video?
Yeah, I think with video becoming more popular, people are like trying to search for it more. So I think as far as client getting goes, there hasn't really been a big change in how that's going to really happen, but there's for me, my eyes are opening up to different avenues, like doing events and doing remarketing on my website and making sure my own videos are ranked for like video SEO, Camarillo or Ventura County, which is my area, or video marketing, video production, getting into like the directory sites and Yelp for video production companies and stuff like that. I think all that's really important. For us, I think the biggest change has been the power in remarketing. So if someone visits soldwithvideo.com and they're on my video production page trying to get more information about it, we then can run remarketing ads to them on Facebook about, video production, or like get a free 15-minute consultation on how to use video to get more sales in your business. And then the biggest change for me personally, which has been around for a while, I just never done it because I'm a huge introvert. And quite frankly, it kind of scared me, is hosting my own local events where I'll give out free training. It's basically just a webinar, but in person. And we actually will charge for these events and then do like a 2 or 3 hour long training on how to use social media. And then for the people that go, you know what, this is too overwhelming, but I know I need to be doing it, we have an offer for done for you services at the end of it. So they should leave that training with enough knowledge to be able to go do it themselves. But if you're working with a successful business owner who can pay your rates and they get all the steps on how to do it, it's going to go, you know what, this is a lot of work. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to hire this guy to do it because he obviously knows what he's talking about. And it doesn't have to be a live event. It can be a webinar like that too. But I think at least for me and my business, those are going to be the things we're focusing more on in 2016 as far as client getting goes.
Right. So it's kind of like more education.
Yeah. It's just education, and then having marketing going out to people that are already showing signs of being interested in video. And so we're kind of cutting out like going after cold people. We're putting in steps to warm them up, because remarketing that's all it is just going after people that are warmed up. They visited your website, they showed some interest, and now you're marketing to them. And then the events and stuff will have like an ad on Facebook, which is kind of like phishing. It will be cold traffic, but then they watch like a free 15-minute training video. They opt in for it. Now they're warm traffic. Now they've seen us. Now they've experienced us. Now we've added value into their life. And then we make a pitch for an upcoming webinar that's paid for, or a live event in the area for an in-depth hand-holding workshop to go more in depth on it. And so I've really kind of taken a step back and seen like, how can I warm people up before I get them to my main service, my like couple $1,000 package. And that's kind of the biggest transition we're doing right now. And by the way, is what we're doing inside Local Video Academy. We're updating the entire site right now, basically doing version 3.0 or 2.0. And I'm redoing every video from scratch, and that's basically what the new Local Video Academy will be featured around that. And we're incorporating paid advertising into Local Video Academy as well with the SEO side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mate, you'll have to hook me up with that. I'll want to promote it for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll also want to do a search for, if you don't already know, you want to go to Google and search for Tube Ad Rocket.
Tube Ad Rocket.
Tube Ad Rocket. I've actually got videos sitting there at the top. You'll see them. It's a new piece of software created by Cliff Carrigan, and it's actually designed specifically it's a one-off price, and it's designed specifically to help you find monetized videos to advertise on, very targeted videos. There's other services out there, but normally they charge you a monthly fee. Right. And so this is just like a one-off price, you know.
Always love those one-off prices for sure.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to take up all of your time because I know you're a busy guy, but look, a lot of guys, what are some of the ways that you would suggest that guys should be looking on how to do videos? Like, rather than just go and buy a PLR whiteboard thing or get a Fiverr job done,
right.
You know, what's some of the other ideas that you have that could help someone go, oh, I didn't think of that, or yeah, that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think the best way to do it is obviously just kind of explain how I do it, because I have a bunch of theories, but I don't like to teach theory and what doesn't work. So what I do Well, what I did when I first got started out was used YouTube as like my best friend. I just went in there and like tried to learn through YouTube tutorials how to do it myself. And my first couple video shoots years ago when I got started were all done basically based off of YouTube tutorials. And I bought like a deal. I went out, actually, I didn't have a camera. I didn't have any lights. I actually went out and closed my first deal, took that money, bought the camera, then spent a couple days learning how to use the camera based from tutorials on YouTube. And then I went, shot it. And then I went back and looked at like, what editing program do I need? Like, how do I do the edits? And then I put it all together. Granted, I had some knowledge on it before because I worked for a video production company in the past, but like learning After Effects and these other programs, I didn't have any knowledge on it before I got started. And so I would say if you're on a budget and you're trying to bootstrap something, that's probably going to be the easiest way. Like, go close a deal first, take that money, invest it into the equipment, invest it into the software, and then now you're set. And then now all moving forward, every deal you close is going to be all profit because you already know how to make the video. You already know how to do the edits and you know how to do that stuff. If you have a little bit of money, my next thing would be to hire a team. And this isn't expensive. I have a team in the Philippines that edits all of my videos. So every YouTube video you see on my channel, every one of my clients' videos, I don't even touch. Like, I'm just completely hands off. We use Dropbox. We upload all the footage to Dropbox, and then we use Basecamp.com to manage our projects. So I put in what I want, how it's supposed to look. We also have style guides for every type of video that we do. So if I'm working with a client video and working on their YouTube channel, like a how-to video, we have a whole style guide of how it's supposed to look. Like, first 5 to 10 seconds is going to be a hook. The next 5 to 10 seconds is going to be a logo. The next 3 to 5 minutes is going to be content, very concise. And then we have a call to action. Then we have an end card. Like, they know whatever type of video they're working on, there's a style guide that they need to follow. And then there's also examples and stuff of different ways to look at it. And right now I have 2 full-time guys. And then we have a bunch of contractors that we hire when we need them. Because sometimes I get a huge influx of videos and then it dies out. So I don't have a whole big, huge staff. But we have one guy who is the video manager, and he manages all the projects. He does all the quality control. So it goes through him before it even reaches me. So I'm not wasting my time watching videos that have simple little mistakes in it. And then he'll send it to me, and he manages it all. And he's full-time, and we have another full-time editor as well. My manager, we pay him, which we just gave him a raise, but I think it's at either 600 or 650 a month with now it was $150 performance bonus. So I have 8 categories of different performance goals he should be hitting. And I give him a score at the end of each month, and his bonus, which is now a $250 a month bonus, is based off that. And then our other full-time guy, he's about $600 a month. And they're both in their 20s. They both went to film school. They know motion graphics. They're like they produce better videos than I would have ever been able to do. Like, the amount of graphics and animations these guys make from scratch is just absolutely insane. And so I'm paying probably roughly $1,500 a month for 2 full-time employees to do that. Now, you can also hire these guys part-time. You can pay them $200 a month if you wanted to, and have them part-time to edit videos. But when you're looking at like trying to learn all of this stuff, or just to hire someone for $200 a month, it kind of makes more sense just to hire someone part-time for like $200 a month. And just to give you a comparison, when I'm paying them $600 to $700 a month, that's generally equivalent to making almost $60,000 a year out here in the US. Based off, I've had communications with them on like how much it is, and that's kind of what we came to. And so for them to work at home, make equivalent of $60,000 a year as like a 25-year-old, it's pretty darn good,
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Wow, you're a bloody gold mine of information, aren't you?
I know. I feel like I didn't let you talk very much. I just kind of like.
No, that's good. I mean, the whole point is getting you to talk.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm learning something as well. I've kind of got. I'm over here in Russia. I'm building 40 city channels, which I may have mentioned to you previously, and we're making all of our videos with Easy Video Sales Letter. Believe it or not.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But we're putting a lot of imagery into it. and we write the script and we send it off to a professional voiceover. And and from one video I create the 40 videos, but I took your advice where we have an intro at the beginning and we change the text, so it's actually 40 unique videos. So I've managed now, we've got a portfolio of I think 200 or maybe even close to 300 originals. So I've got, basically about 7,000 videos to compile and put together and put on the channels.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad I don't have that task. That's a lot of content. Holy moly.
that's a lot of content. Yeah, my stepson's going to be busy, but I've mainly been sort of piloting one channel, and that channel's now at, it's got really good page authority. It's got really good trust flow. I think there's, 35, it's sort of bouncing around at the moment, 35 to 40 videos out of about 90 on page one. And so it's just trying to get these Russians to bloody sell, So, and of course I don't speak any Russian. So it's a bit of a challenge. So I thought, well, I'll start the video marketing group, and they'll be able to communicate with some English-speaking people,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got to hand it to you, man. You're doing a really good job with that Facebook group. I'm impressed with all the content and the people you've been able to get in there. You're doing a pretty phenomenal job. It's a pretty kick-ass group. So I'm glad to be a part of it. Can I add one more thing too, is on the video production side?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, please.
So I think with my 2016 predictions and it's already taking place, where the analytics of the video itself is going to have a lot to do with ranking. I think on the video production side, a lot of people that get into it don't really look at how many different movements you have in a video. And so I always tell my team that if there's 5 to 10 seconds where there's no movement, and a movement could be a text on the screen, it could be an animation comes up, it could be me move to one side of the video. But if there's more than 5 to 10 seconds, and I think 10 seconds is way too long, but 5 to 10 seconds is a good range of no movement. Like if I'm just sitting there talking like this and it's a talking head video and there's nothing changing within 5 seconds, I'm losing people. And so we always put something in there every 5 to 10 seconds. And I think that's a big thing too, especially if you're working with local businesses too. Even though their videos are maybe only 30 to 90 seconds, you still want to like maybe put a B-roll shot in there, or zoom in on the business owner and then zoom back out on the business owner, or have a lower third come up, or there should be like something new happening on the screen every 5 to 10 seconds to keep people engaged. And I call those attention resetters. And what we're doing is we're resetting the attention of the video viewer so that they stay all the way to the end of our video. And of course, things like cutting out the fluff, getting to the point. If it's a local video, talking about how the person's going to benefit from their services, not really like just listing services that you offer and things like that. But I think that's a huge piece of advice that we've learned over the last year to keep people staying to the end of the video.
Awesome. Now, I know that you kind of deal in certain niches. I don't know if you've kind of branched out from there, but are there any particular niches where you already know, wow, that would be really good for video, but because you're so busy, you just haven't gone down that road, but you'd be willing to sort of say, here's some ideas, or here's some areas or niches that if I was, if I had more time, I'd be working in this area as well.
Yeah. I think plastic surgeons are always a good one. I always go after people that have high lifetime value customers. When I first got started, I would go after just anybody. And if I could make $200 a month, then I was happy. But now I'm looking more along the lines of people who can afford $1,000 to $5,000 a month. And because it really is the same amount of work, but you're making more money, which means you're making the same amount of money with less clients, which means less work in the long run, but it's still the same amount of work per client. The other one we've actually dove into is real estate, like high-end real estate. And that one's a little different because it's not as direct response as like a plastic surgeon or an HVAC company would be, because someone searching like air conditioning Los Angeles, they're ready to hire someone. But if someone's searching realtor in Los Angeles, they're going to go through an interview process. They may be thinking about buying a house a couple months down the road. They may be thinking about listing their house, and they may be doing interviews. So it's not like, you got a view, you got a customer the next day. So it's a little more long-term process of bringing in the customers. But when you start bringing in the customers, they're high-end people where you can bring them one every month or two, and even at $5,000 a month, like they're at least breaking even. And so when you only need to bring in one customer to hit a breaking even point, it becomes a pretty easy thing to accomplish, even with, and I think setting the expectations is very important too, because we have a client right now who pays us $5,000 a month. He's a real estate agent, and we had to like sit there and go, you know what, you may not see any return on investment for the first 3 months because we're going to be bringing in leads, and then you have to convert those leads into listings and things like that. But we also include like remarketing campaigns. He does that video SEO campaign, and he has a paid advertising campaign, all put into this $5,000 a month package. But I would say real estate's been pretty good. And anyone that has a high lifetime value customer, plastic surgeons, dentists are always good. Anyone in the medical field really is going to be a pretty good customer generally.
Right. Awesome. Something that may be of interest to you with the real estate is another guy that I know, Curtis. He was talking to me about, and he actually showed me an example of a video where he took a drone and put one of those really good cameras on, and they were with the drone hovering all around the property and zooming in, down, and I thought that was quite clever.
Yeah, those drones are awesome, man. I need to get one of those. But I agree, like when you're showing off a property and you show like an aerial view of it, and even if it's not aerial, like even if you are like 5 feet off the ground and you do like a pan to the right or whatever, it's like pretty stable, and it's a good piece of content or good piece of footage for sure. I'll definitely play around with that.
So now if people are interested, they can find Sold with Video on Google. They can just type in Sold with Video, or probably in YouTube. They can find you that way as well if they want to see some of your videos, or at least just search for how to rank a video, and they'll probably find you that way anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Go search how to rank a video and then watch my video.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a ranking factor we've realized too. And I think most of the people in the group, they've been in SEO for a while, they realize that too. But anytime someone searches a keyword, clicks on your video, watches your video for like the entire time, that's a huge ranking indicator. Like they're watching the search behavior, how people are finding your videos and responding. So yeah, go search how to rank video, keep my video at the top.
And if anyone wants to find out more about Local Video Academy, they could actually write to you in the group, or maybe if there's enough interest, we could actually do like another meeting or something like that, and sort of go over the Local Video Academy and
Sure.
what they would get out of it and what it's all about, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of things in the pipeline. So 2016, we're going to branch out to 4 different styles of videos on my YouTube channel. So we'll have our how-tos. We're going to do a Q&A where kind of like pretty similar to what Gary Vaynerchuk does. We'll do something like that where people can actually record a question, send it to me. That's going to be a style of video. We're going to continue with my vlogs, and then we're coming up with a 4th piece of content that we have not created yet. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to come up with a 4th style of video. The website is getting completely redone. And so we'll have more content and blog posts and training on there. And then Local Video Academy was supposed to be launched. What's the date today? Today. No, tomorrow. But that's obviously not happening. So we're still working on the content or whatever, but James and I are probably going to do either a quick little launch to get some people in to the new program as we release the training, probably later December, maybe January. So that's coming out too. But you can always get on the list at localvideoacademy.com, opt in, you'll get notified when we do that. So we got a lot of stuff coming in 2016. Like I'm super pumped on it. I really can't wait. I've been kind of lazy, even though I've been busy, but I've been busy and lazy at the same time. Like today, I'm like, it's kind of weird. I don't know if you've ever experienced this where you have so much going on that it becomes overwhelming and you just don't do anything. I feel like that's been my life like the last two weeks. Like today I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got so much stuff to do. All right, I'm gonna go do my workout. And then I made my workout last like 4 hours and I'm like, this is insane.
Mate, I totally hear you. I had server issues today, and oh my God, because I've just upgraded my dedicated server. So yeah, but anyway, look, mate, Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate the information that you just gave us. It's totally awesome. I'll render this video and I'll get it into my group. And you know, if you do have a spare moment from time to time, just drop in and, you know, drop in an example of a good video that you just did for a client, just to give people just different ideas on what type of videos that can be done, you know?
Right. Yeah, I have no problem doing that. If anyone ever wants to tag me with a question in the group, I'd be more than happy to hop in there and give my advice on anything. So yeah, for sure.
Good on you, Brandon. Thanks, mate. Have a great day.
Cool. You too. Take care.
Okay. Cheers, buddy.